interference with that. So just give me 1 sec. I'm also going to hit record. Yeah. Excellent. Let me pause this on Facebook. We are live on Facebook, everybody. We are live and we are ready to rock and roll with the ER Shred Come Alive testimonial call. Grateful that you guys are all here. Grateful for your participation. This should be a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and just announce this because you know what? I just want to read this again because we haven't read this for a little while. This just says the ER Shred is a nutritional, dietary, lifestyle empowerment protocol. By fully satiating the body's needs, we are able to take back control of the diet, which is the common denominator of overall well-being. Food can either be your poison and your pain, or it can serve as your fuel and your fortitude. Come alive and learn to feel your way to good health for the first time. Only you can do it. ER Shred provides the tracks to run on for ultimate self-discovery. I also want to add a part. I'm going to add something about the community. It's important because the community is such a big part of this, you guys. I love it. I love our community so much. Thank you all for being a part of it. Grateful to have you guys here. Going to just give a couple quick announcements. I do have to be done by on the hour because I have to go coach a soccer game. Just really quickly, but I could always, hop off. If it's right at 7 my time, I could hop off. And if it goes over 5 minutes or whatever, I'll just have to go. Okay, you guys. So first things first, please go share this call on my wall, from my wall, Sean Escobar. If you would like to impact and reach more people and bless more lives with the ER Shred protocol, please go share it so that we can reach more people with this awesome information. Just want to put out a reminder that we are also on podcast and we have a YouTube channel. Group Shred is happening right now, second reset day. Tomorrow is day 5 of the Lucky You Group Shred. What we would hope for, I know all of us ER Shredders would hope for, is that everybody that's on day 5 tomorrow would go in the group and share an update of how you're feeling and what things you've noticed, what measurables, what non-scale victories, share with us how you're feeling. Because day 5 can be a very pivotal moment in this process. And we just want to be there to cheer you on. We want to be there to celebrate you. Okay. We wanted to thank Jason and Marcole Young for their incredible call last night. I listened to that this morning. I wasn't able to be on live last night. It was so cute. You guys have such great chemistry though. I mean, I just love your chemistry. I love how you got the banter that you guys have one with another. I love how well you know each other. I love how, cool thing. I don't know if everybody picked up on it, but I saw a fate thing there. I did. I saw a fate thing there in that Jason shared about all of the health challenges that Marcole had since birth, 23 surgeries. By the time she was 19, I think it was. It was so intensive, and yet, he signed on for, and I love that, by the way, like that to me demonstrates your depth that, that's how I think this culture needs to be, is that we're just all people. We're all people. And I've got all my stuff going on, and I got stuff going on that, things that you guys don't even know about, and that's okay. Personal things. But the bottom line is the fate aspect was that, Jason knew that Marcole had a lot of health challenges when he married her. Later on in life, he was presented with a whole host of health challenges himself. And so it kind of, it kind of equaled out there. And I just thought that was so beautiful and so cool. And then the miracle babies and all of that was so cool. So a real fate journey there, guys. Go watch that recording on the YouTube channel. And it was all feel goods. It was just all felt great to listen to that. And I loved it so much. It's what ER Shred is all about. Tomorrow night marks the beginning of the Shredder's Way tribal training course with Lenny Evans, who happens to be on the call here. Lenny, if you're on towards the end of this call, I would love for you to just, put in a little bit 2 cents of why everybody should join that and get excited about tomorrow night. That information we'll post again. We're going to use the call-in information that I had originally posted. So it's going to, we just want to keep that continuity. And we should also broadcast in the Shredders Unite group. So that'll be good. Still, as far as I know, our pack is due March 15th. So that is another thing to get really excited about, you guys, because now with the pack, this is all I'm going to say, with the pack, it makes sharing ER Shred forward, sharing the shred, it makes it so much easier. Like, it's night and day. I mean, it makes it so that we can really get out there and impact as many people as we can reach. And it's turnkey, it's simplified, it's streamlined. You just go with the pack. All right. That's all the updates. I want to share with you guys. Oh, one more on the clothing. The clothing I had announced, but there's a delay. So I just want to let you guys know that the new clothing with the new colored logos and everything, it's going to be about 3.5 weeks out. I had to switch to a different company. Want to give a shout out to Lisa Oken, because she tried her darndest to help us get the gear with this other company, and it didn't work out. And I feel terrible because she's such an angel, and she tried so hard to facilitate that, but it wasn't her fault. It just, the company we were trying to work with was all bogged down. All right, let's start it off tonight. Who wants to go first? I see you, Jennifer. I seen Jennifer look down, right? she looked down at the ground like, so Jennifer, this is Jennifer Teshier. And Jennifer, you've probably heard these calls before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. I hope you like these calls. So Jennifer, I had reached out to Jennifer because, of course, we're all familiar with her mother's story, Jessica, who's one of our Hearts of ER Shred. And Jennifer had put out a post about her mom. She was bragging on her mom. It was really cute. I loved it. You guys are obviously really close friends. It's just beautiful. So Jennifer, where are you calling in from?
I am calling in from Norton, Vermont.
Norton, Vermont.
Yep.
Got that. Who shared ER Shred with you? Probably your mom.
Yes, my mother.
Yep. Very cool. Do you mind me asking your age?
I am currently 17, but I will be turning 18 and looking forward to getting into the business side of things as soon as I turn 18 in a couple months.
Okay. I'm pumped about that. That's exciting. So my daughter is 16 and a half. I hope you guys can meet at some point. She's also an ER Shredder. Well, how about this? What would you say your passion is? Like, what do you love? What do you love to do?
I have a couple things, but the number one thing that's really taking my eye is I'm a drummer in a rock band, and it's just I've been a drummer for a while, and I'm finally in a band out of my school, and it's been so awesome to say that I'm in a band now. So yeah.
You're in a band. You're like a rock star.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I really do wish I played an instrument. I'm envious.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Jessica?
I said she started playing drums before she was talking. Jennifer was nonverbal till she was 6, but she would relate, express herself through music.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Did you have something else that you had said a couple things that you're passionate about?
So I'm also into hopefully sometime down the road I can get into teaching self-defense classes. That is just in my nature, I guess. Um, and I'm right into the farming and the homesteading as well. So it's just yeah.
You are such an ER shredder. So you are into
Yes.
self-defense, you're into farming,
Yep.
you're in a rock band. I love it.
Yep.
Wow, how cool that you have all these things that you love. A lot of young people your age, if you were to ask them what they love, you're gonna get a, I don't know.
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. Okay, so give us maybe what we should ask for first is what's up, Brad? I love you in that hat, dude. You rock that hat so well. Um what is how about we do it this way? You had shared a post about, the your mom's journey and how excited you were for her. Can you touch on that just a little bit for people that didn't see that post?
So, I am actually really proud of my mom. She's came a long way. She started back, well, she did partner with Isagenix at in 2016, but we got off track for a couple of years, and then we decided in a couple months ago in July to hop back on, and it really just took a toll on us, and just it really changed our lives again. And just also being a senior in high school just kind of brought back some childhood memories of things that we used to do, and just fun memories that I loved. I don't I don't know what else to say about it. I just know that I'm proud to have my mother back.
I have that post. If any of you guys, I mean, the post was touching. It was very touching. You're obviously you're very close to your mom,
Mhm.
which is beautiful. Hello, ER Shred World. I am just jumping on because everyone needs to know just how awesome it is from my point of view, from my standpoint, to walk in and see my mom dancing around the house.
Yep,
She honestly has not done that in years. This program has given me my mom back.
it really has. Yeah,
Look at
it's
this.
so awesome.
Isn't that great, you guys? Oh my gosh. That right there's the feels right there. That's the feels right there. Beautiful. Okay, now how about your story, Jennifer? What unfolded for you? How long have you been doing the protocol? How long have you been living the lifestyle? That kind of thing.
So, I I can say I've been kind of doing it all along, but there's like it's um it's kind of weird, but it's
Jennifer's been doing, basically she's been doing ER shred her whole life from the
yeah.
time, yeah, with the call that I was
Tell
on,
me
Jesse, and I
that. What's
explained.
what's that all about? What do you mean? Is she just loved meats and
Jennifer,
Yeah.
we were told that she wasn't, when she was about 4 or 5 years old, I can't know the exact date, we were told that Jennifer was not going to see her 10th birthday.
Mhm.
The doctors gave her an expiration date, and she was going to, essentially she was having seizures from everything, which we found out later on was everything she was eating. But they had put her on 14 different anti-seizure medications trying to stop them, and along with the medication and her diet at the time, it was just compounding to the point that, I mean, she was nonverbal. It was every parent's nightmare at this point, as far as, and then for them to tell us that she wasn't going to see age 10 be at the rate she was seizing, essentially it was going to cause, so, it was going to shut things down. So make a long story short, we ended up at a naturopath, after some other, trails along the way. And they put her on an elimination diet. And at the time, we started off with grass-fed ground beef. And
What is happening? How long ago was this?
well, Jennifer's 17. She would have been,
I was at
it would have been
five, six,
about
or-
13 years ago.
yeah, 5.
That is amazing to hear that.
So, yeah, she had
I mean,
grass-fed
that
ground
those whoever thought to do that was sure well before their time. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing.
He gets a Christmas gift from us every year, plus, multiple times a year. He's just like an awesome man.
You know what? Let me
But,
just hold that thought. You know what? It reminds me of the miracle that Jason and Marcole shared on their call last night, where they basically said, unbeknownst to them, they were living ER shred lifestyle in Australia. And ultimately, it was a miracle. They were able to conceive, and they really should not have been able to, because they'd done the dye testing and the fallopian tubes was all closed off because of all her surgeries. You guys, this is such cool stuff. This is why I love this call the most, is because even if we only had your story tonight, Jennifer, we could just call it a night, and you totally made my week. Like, you totally made my week worth it. So proud of you. So amazed by you. Go ahead, Jessica. What were you going to say?
I say, once, she started off with the ground beef, and then we added in one thing at a time, to figure out, and it's like, at the time, when I say ground beef, it was months. That's all she ate was, hamburger, because,
It was steak, steak, hamburger, and just different types of beef, basically, that I remember consuming. And
after, in a month's time, her seizures went away.
Oh my God.
We were able to stop the seizure medication. And of course, that in itself, trying to wean somebody off of that is a nightmare.
Let me say, the disclaimer, we put them in the chat,
yes.
we put them in the description. And by the way, these guys are talking about an elimination, therapy that they did. This was over 10 years ago. So just want to make that clear. This really has nothing to do with ER shred.
Right. And then, she ended up going through hyperbaric chamber treatments and, all kinds of stuff to try and rid her body of the toxins and, the medication, because they said Jennifer would sit there, like I said, you imagine a toddler essentially, and just sit there trying to grab things out of the sky that wasn't there. She was trying to grab things. She was seeing things, and it's just, reaching
Jennifer,
things
my gosh, I didn't know all of this. Keep going.
It was, like I said, the freaky, like I said, you sit there and you're like, okay, my kid is not my, where is she? She'd just sit there and stare, and nothing was there.
Right.
She didn't talk. She didn't do anything that, you would raising kids, the scary things that you sit there and go, okay, what's wrong with my kid? Are we ever going to get her? And then she came alive, essentially she came alive.
She came alive. Was that like, did you say that was like 4 or 5 weeks after, or was it longer than that?
It took a while long. Like I said, trying to get all the medications out of her system took quite a while.
And it's still trying to come out of my system.
There's certain times, certain things, residual effect of things that you can notice. But that's why she asked me to sit in with the call. She's like, I get confused as far as timeline and stuff like that.
Oh, sure. No, yeah. And by the way, Jennifer, at 17 years old, my daughter wouldn't do this call. So I want you to know how brave you are, because it's brave to get in front of, older people, adults, and as a young adult, to be with all of us adults. I hope you feel safe. I hope you feel valued. I hope you feel, my God, you gave me the goosebumps all over. I mean, this is so cool. Can I ask you guys a couple questions? After you started to see kind of this resurgence, would you introduce certain foods, and would that cause kind of a relapse?
We introduce certain things. White potatoes, flat out can't do them. Notice right off quick, a lot of things when she eats, you see it in her eyes. It's like she'll get like a dark circle underneath her eyes within about a half hour, and like I said, at the time you could see it. It's like, okay, we're regressing.
All right. So let's connect real quick on this. Sorry to be talking, but you're hitting like personal things for me. My son, Owen, I started to notice that he would do this with his eyes. Just watch my eyes. He would go, and he would do this like big, stretchy looking thing down like that. And I started to realize that he would go like that, and then he'd come up, and he'd go, and I'd go, "What are you doing with your eyes, man?" And he didn't know he was doing it. Well, I had coincidentally read an article about microwave popcorn and how there's a chemical in microwave popcorn that is very much can contribute to Alzheimer's. And so I thought about the connection of brain function and this chemical in microwave popcorn. I started to pick up on it. Every single time my son would eat microwave popcorn, he would do this eye thing, almost like, like a tick. And I said, no more microwave popcorn. And he's never done it ever since. So I get it.
Yeah, you said you'd understand. She'd kind of, you could always tell she'd kind of go off into a staring space, stare up, it's like, and that was early on. And unfortunate for her, you know how kids are, through growing up, they want to try things, jump in the cupboard, let me find this, I want to try that. She told on herself every time. There was no hiding it. It's like, oh, Jennifer, you got into something you're not supposed to have. And she's like, how do you know? And I'm like, oh, I can.
She's like, Mom is a psychic. Ah.
We kept activated charcoal. To this day, activated charcoal is a standard in this house because
what do you use that for? You there, Jessica? What do you use the activated charcoal for? Uh-oh, did I freeze or did you guys freeze? I see you, Lenny, so it's not me. Okay, hold on. They froze. Let's give them a minute. Wow, what a story. I can't wait to see what unfolded for her on ER Shred.
Hey, talk about depth, right?
Yeah, depth.
I think the more people who come forward and really share, and get vulnerable like that, I think we're going to find a whole lot more of those deep stories.
I think that's what we're all attracted to, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're all vibing. We're all vibing. We want it. We crave it. It fills
We made
us
it
up.
back, yeah.
Hey, there you are. Okay,
Yeah.
there you are. So
Yeah,
you were
Computer died, but the
saying
phone works.
you were saying, I don't remember where we left off, but where I was hoping to go.
Activated charcoal.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
what do you
yes.
use that for? Thank you,
that was one of
Jesse. You're the man, Jesse boy.
That was one of the first things that her naturopath put her on, was activated charcoal to start pulling the impurities out of her system. And he's like, what, she was on that for.
So I got a question. You said when she got into things she shouldn't, is that what when you would employ that then?
Yeah, well, at first she was on it, steady. She was on, a very large quantity right off the bat.
Okay.
And then again, you use it. He's like, if she gets into things, along those lines, you use that, and it would.
Or even if I go out to like a restaurant or something and order something, and you're still like pretty cautious, I still would like get home after or something, or like right
Yes.
after, and I would take.
So she is.
There you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I would still take like something like, yeah.
Well,
Just to
that's great for everybody to know, because I keep activated charcoal in my cabinet as well. It's phenomenal. So thank you for sharing that. So give me an idea. Did Jennifer do like the full 11-day protocol?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And when was that?
That was
The first one was in September. It was a month after I started. So she did her first one in September.
yeah.
Very cool. And what unfolded? Like what kind of things did you notice or realize?
I had a lot of energy. That was my number one. And I lost like 5 pounds in the whole thing. And total I've lost 24 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay.
So
Do you know your
Yeah.
inches?
I can say a lot. I haven't done inches in a while, so
Yeah.
The last time we checked, she was at like 34 inches.
yeah.
So
34 inches. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's so cool because she wants to do the self-defense stuff, which, you want to be lean and mean for that anyway. You want to be agile. You want to be able to move.
Yeah.
She's kind of one of those crazy people, as I say. She works out an hour and a half every day.
Even though
She's
it's
an
not
ER
very
shredder.
active, yeah.
And she was like that, she's been like that when when we used to live in Maine, we were gym rats, is what everybody called us. So,
Oh my gosh.
and she never lost that. Even when I jumped off, she still kept going on that aspect of things.
And I gotta say, I don't actually use my weight equipment. I actually get my workout in every day, working out in the barn. I also have a side job where I every Thursday we do this grain delivery, and I handle the grain, and I have a lot of people, and a lot of our customers are like, "Are you sure you got that?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm fine." And it really makes me feel good because I'm like lifting all these like grain bags that are like 50 pounds, and it's really cool.
I love you guys so much. I remember the first time, I think it was the first time, Jessica, you were on the call and somebody was bragging on you. I'm trying to remember. Somebody was bragging on you and they're like, "You're going to love this woman. She's like, when I first met her, she took, I think she took like all of her soda pop or something out and put it on the fence and like shot it with a shotgun."
That was a bottle of whiskey that I shot.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
Jesse, do you have anything you'd like to mention to
I
our
do.
friends here?
I do. I do. First of
Jesse's
all,
our ER Shred nutrition coach. He's certified and he's our ambassador. So all of you know. Go ahead, Jesse.
yeah, first of all, bravo. And just really quick. So just so everybody knows, activated charcoal is used to basically absorb poison inside the body. Your microbiome, which is your colony of bacteria, control that control health. So happening inside the body that are producing toxin overloads, of course, with other stuff coming in, activated charcoal would then be used for that. So I just learned this amazing story about somebody who literally healed himself with activated charcoal from a functional medicine perspective. And it's so cool. But Jennifer, you farming, music, all of that, that's awesome to have those hobbies. I'm curious, what was it like trying to do all that before compared to what is that like now? You just talked about, let me tell you something, first of all, girl, your what's called functional fitness strength can crush, I bet, a lot of dudes in the gym, because I train functional fitness and that's called lifestyle. That's everyday movement. That is raw strength right there. So the hell with the weights. Pick up some hay, sling some stuff. I guarantee so many people would fall out. So bravo to you. But I'm really curious about the differences from then to now. That's what jazzes me up.
So every morning, and I started realizing this maybe 3 weeks as I'm into this whole ER shred. I started, like, at first I was like, I hated getting up in the morning and just I had no energy. And now here I am, I have something to look forward to. I like have a whole new routine that I go through every morning, and it's just, I feel much better. And I'm gonna use this as an example. My junior year, last year, I ran into some teachers and they would say hello to me and I'm like, hi, whatever. And now I run into them and they're like, hey, good morning. How is it going? And I'm just like, hey, it's going pretty good. And just a big smile on my face. And I have so much energy. And from a year ago, I felt so crappy to now feeling like I'm at my best.
The one thing I can say is she remembers things now that she would struggle with before. Certain things, songs she'll play on the, she remembers them. She'll, one of her abilities, she's always had is she can listen to a song and repeat it on the drums. And now it's like, she's pulling them out from songs she hasn't heard from months before. And she's just, jumping on and playing them.
Wow.
Cognitive improvement.
It's just, that's just like, we think about that. It's just, you go from a story of I got my mom back. I mean, holy shit. Like, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but like,
Don't
holy
worry
shit,
about it.
right? I got my mom back. Like, I don't know about any of you, but that touches my soul. And then you have, you just getting into, gosh, I wish I had this wisdom at 18 years old. And the pain and suffering I went through for so many years to get here. And you have this, and I'm jealous in a way, but I mean, your memory is better, your daily quality of life and interaction with other human beings, I heard, your attitude has changed, I heard. I mean, I can just see the joy in your smile. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm living
Hey,
the life.
Jesse, tell Jennifer if you think she's badass.
I think she's incredibly badass, for sure.
This is the real badass.
Well, you're both badass. I love your mom too. She knows that. But this is about you. I already give her enough love.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, Jesse, anything else before we move on? I feel like I could talk to these two all night, really, but
Congratulations. Just keep crushing.
yeah. Respect. So much respect and love for you. Thank you for showing up as a younger person. I know Jesse and we talk about that. We want to reach younger people. It's not fair. We're all victims. It's not fair what's happened to us. It's not fair what we're taught as food. It's not fair what all your friends eat in front of you. It's not fair what's what's available at every turn and what's given to you at school and everything else. None of it's fair. So you're a true warrior. Why? Because it's not fair, but it is. It is what the reality we're dealing with. And Jennifer decided it's time to push back and take back control. I know you'll inspire more young people to do that because there's a ripple effect. There's people on this call that have teens, and they'll have them listen to this.
And one of the things Jennifer said, when you were saying it's not fair, somebody said to her, one of her friends at school, well, geez, I really feel bad for you. And her answer to them was, no, I feel bad for you because you don't know what it's like to feel good.
Right.
My
so
goodness.
Much respect. Yeah. All right. We love you guys so much. Thank you. Please keep coming and showing up in the group. Jennifer, you are officially an ER Shred Warrior.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, I could talk to them all night. No kidding. Like this I've had a stressful 2-3 weeks. It has been, and things like this, you guys, it just, oh my gosh, I think you all know. I don't need to say it. You all know. It just, you feel it fills you up. All right. I got out there. Rose is pretty dang new to ER Shred, and that's why I'm so thrilled that she wanted to come on here, because she is newer, and we don't get as many brand new people, because people will say to me oftentimes, they'll go, well, let me talk to me in another shred, talk to me 2-3 shreds down the road. So I love to get people. Rose Jeans, or do I pronounce that correctly?
Yep, like blue jeans.
All right. Rose Jeans. All right, Rose, where are you calling in from?
I'm near Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Very cool. Hey, Rose, hold on one quick sec. Everybody, I just got to do this. Can everybody who's live just clap for Jennifer? I hope she's still there. Jennifer, you the bomb. We love you. Thank you so much. All right, Rose, we had to do that because that is a 17-year-old that is a real life, like, superhero status.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to show my 16-and-a-half-year-old that. All right. Rose, you're from, was it Ontario, Canada?
Yep.
Cool,
Yes.
cool. And who shared ER Shred with you?
So it was Patricia Magic Pinto.
Yeah, Patricia does share with a lot of people. That's great. Superhero Patricia.
Yeah, I was on a different Isagenix group, and she brought up about incubating the shake. And I was like, oh, I thought you had to drink the shake within 10 minutes,
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
kind of backwards, right?
yeah. So then she told me about the ER shred, and she sent me the videos, and I watched them, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting. And
Cool. Okay,
yeah.
hold tight, hold tight. What's your puppy's name?
This is Molly.
Hi, Molly. You're famous. Okay, and what is your passion?
Well, I have many different passions, but I think the overall theme of my life is I love learning. So I joined Isagenix in September 2020, and I spent all my time studying all the science behind Isagenix, and learning a lot. And so, you know, I was just totally on board with all, the science of Isagenix, the quality of it, and, you know, the efforts that they go to make a good product, and totally into the purity and so on and so forth. And the
Love
nutrition.
To hear that.
Yeah.
And so you probably had great results with Isagenix, is that right? Uh-oh, I think your Molly just muted you. Hold on.
I've also got a cat up here, and she's trying to lie on the keyboard. Yeah, the first two challenges, I lost all the excess weight from 2019, 2020, and also felt really amazing with those first two challenges. And then I've basically been sort of plateauing, and I might lose like a couple of pounds on a challenge, and I was just sort of stalled out. And when I saw about the ER shred, it just made sense to me with, you know, what I knew about nutrition and health, and I thought I'd just give it a try and see what happens.
I'm grateful, you know, based on someone who said they love to educate, someone who said they do the research. It's really cool to hear you say that it just made sense to you.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah. Okay. So how long ago did you do you've only done the 11-day protocol, right?
Yep.
Okay. So how long ago? That was just recent?
Yeah. So February 24th to March the 6th was my 11
All right.
day.
Oh my gosh. That's so it's so recent. That's why I was excited to have you on, because I want people to know that, yes, we have a lot of like just brand new 11-day people. What did you experience on that 11-day protocol?
So on the one hand, I was, you know, confused, trying to adjust my schedule. I'd been doing compressed eating down to say 8 or 10 hours a day, but I went down to 6 hours a day. And so just all of the adjustment piece of it. But I noticed that I felt really good. The first cleanse days were fine. And then it's so funny because I started on the Thursday. So the middle of this week, the following week, I felt amazing. And I just thought that was me. And now that you've turned me on to hearing other people's stories, I'm like, oh, that's what that is.
You came alive.
Yeah.
You did. You came alive.
Yeah. And I made that post that just said, like, I feel better than I think the last 30 years. Yes. I'm blown away with how I thought I felt good on regular Isagenix, but I called it clarity because it's just like my brain's clear, my body just feels clear. Everything feels, I had absolutely no negative symptoms in my body, which was pretty fantastic.
Look at all the people. I love you guys so much, because everybody that's watching and listening to you, I see them when they really zone in. When you start to explain that euphoria and how you're just taken back by it, you can see every single person on here just goes, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Well, what other, how much did you lose? Pounds, inches? Did you measure anything like that?
I just measured pounds, and I lost 8 pounds, but good. Like I really dropped down in size. I don't know the exact inches, but you know, I was trying on pants and they were like more than an inch looser on the waist and things like that. So
you want to know a cool little factoid? You essentially, even 8 pounds, which is significant, you essentially took off a whole gallon of milk off your back, 128 ounces of milk, you took it off your back and put it down. And that's the equivalent of weight that relief. You got it off your body, your joints, it's no longer there. That's phenomenal. What other non-scale victories did you notice? Did you notice anything else?
Oh, yeah. So I was in the shower one day and I thought, oh, I wonder if I can touch my toes. And even like 20 years ago, if I started a flexibility program, it would take me a couple of days before I could touch my toes, just from being stiff. Yeah. And I bent down and I touched my toes right away. I was like blown away. Gosh. And I had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, so I'm used to joint problems and everything. And it's like, I don't have anything like that.
Oh my heavens.
And I felt
you really couldn't. I think it was Bob Sivright who originally said you couldn't pay for these testimonials. You couldn't. I mean, you couldn't buy them. They're too good.
Yeah. Yeah. And I felt energized. I noticed I was sleeping less and feeling more energetic, waking up earlier. And like Jennifer, just bouncing around, yeah. And Jessica, that. I mean, yeah, it was really
so
cool.
Happy for you. You look really alive and alert and excited. I mean, you don't even have to say much. It's just coming out of you.
Yep.
Have other people noticed the change in you?
No, well, no one said anything. No one said anything.
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that, because I think people will begin to notice. Are you going to continue on with ER Shred?
Yeah. So I with conventional Isagenix, I've been doing 2 weekends on, 2 weekends off for cleansing. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just going to do shreds now when I do my 2 weekends of cleansing going forward, because I felt so amazing during the shred that it's like, yeah, why wouldn't I keep doing that?
Yes. Will you do us all a favor and share those updates? If you would continue to play in the community. Do you like the community?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Oh, good. I think that we're all falling in love with each other. It's our like kind, and you meet people and you just go, oh my God, where have you guys been all my life?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to share tonight?
I think I hit the high points, but I'll keep involved with the community.
I hope so. And by the way, you are also now an official ER Shred Warrior, and and that's very early on. It's a rite of passage. People, in our opinions, they go from hero, someone who took back control, someone who flipped things upside down and decided, now I'm in charge. And then you go to superhero when you come on here and share yourself with the ER Shred Nation. So it's meaningful to us. I hope it's meaningful to you as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Rose. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's just too fun. We've got one more tonight, and then I will let our health professionals close us out. I don't think Susan made it on. Guys, let me know if she is. If not, then Jesse's more than capable. Okay. The last one tonight is very special, very, very special. And that is Gina Martinez Timberlake. You out there, Gina?
I'm here.
Oh, I saved you till last and you're sitting in the car there. I hope that I didn't throw you off.
No, it's okay. I didn't get home till 5, so the kids joined me when they came up from the barn.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, kids. That's fun to have you here on camera. So let's go through the formalities. Where are you calling from, Gina?
Sandy Valley, Nevada.
All right. And who shared ER Shred with you?
Lisa Grippentrog.
Cool. And you are a Heart of ER Shred Award recipient. I already know that. So thank you for all that you've given and given and given to this community. We appreciate you so much. We are excited to have you on tonight because you did a post, and that post was like one of my favorites ever. Can you speak to that post?
So yesterday was 1 year that myself and my granddaughter did the ER shred. So we've completely changed our lives. She had a 5-page allergy list from the pediatrician, and we've never been able to figure out exactly what she was really allergic to. So it's helped her food allergies. She's gotten a lot stronger. We buy feed and we park up at the house, and she just carries it out to the barn instead of bringing the wheelbarrow or us driving the car. So she has 2 50-pound bags, carrying them out to the barn like it's nothing. And,
Wow.
12. For me, it was life-changing. I mean, I got...
Real quick, this 12-year-old, is this who's sitting next to you here?
Yeah, this is my granddaughter. This is Dixie. Say hi.
Hi.
Dixie?
Yes.
Was it Dixie?
Yes.
Oh, I love that name. That was the name of my chocolate lab that I had. What a beautiful name. Dixie, just want to give you a shout out. You're amazing. You're like the third young person in a row to just show up and say, you know what, guys, like I'm here too. Jesse's clapping for you. Just wanted to say, Dixie, mad respect for you, and keep going and keep inspiring everybody around you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Gina,
Gina, did I ask you? Oh, go ahead, Gina.
all she takes is meat for lunch, so the kids at school think she's odd sometimes.
Hey, hey, Dixie, listen, my kids' friends, they think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy because I eat so much meat and animal fats. You know how people say, oh yeah, I subscribe to a plant-based diet. Well, I'll say, oh yeah, I subscribe to an animal-based diet. So just want you to know that there's no shame in that. And that's how our ancestors thrived. That's how they thrive. So you know what you're doing. You're onto something. Gina, what's your passion? I didn't ask you.
My passion, probably my horses.
Oh, fun. I'm jealous.
We have 7.
All you guys are more ER shredder than I am, you know, like I should be living that kind of lifestyle.
Bone marrow, so you got me there.
Okay. So Gina, you were going to say what it's done for you. And
yeah.
How long have you been ER shredding then?
A year now, exactly. Yesterday.
Excellent.
So 8. And I have
Congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you. I've been doing Isagenix for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I actually still weigh more than my first weigh-in when I started Isagenix 7 years ago. I actually have ran 4 half marathons with Isagenix, and the very first marathon, I gained 20 pounds.
Yep.
I was like, what? How does that happen? How do
Heard
you
it
run
before.
12 or more and you gain 20 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where it started going downhill, not knowing what was going on with my health. Why am I exercising, but I still feel like crap? I'm grumpy, all kinds of things. And so fast forward, I come out, I'm anemic. I suffer from anemia. I'm having to get infusions 3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
I get on the floor to do stretches. I can't get up. They have to pick me up, basically. Takes me 15 minutes to stand up every morning. Couldn't ride my horses anymore. Oh, I said I wasn't going to get emotional.
Please do.
I couldn't ride my horses anymore. I couldn't do anything with the kids. I take them to races. We do like the bubble run, or we would do the bouncy house run, and I would take them because it was good for them. And then I couldn't keep up with them. So I couldn't understand why. And I would go to the doctor and they couldn't figure out why. They couldn't figure out any reason. So I was like, well, Isagenix has to be the fix. I've seen what it does, but it wasn't the fix for me. And even though I had done the business side and I had done okay and I had shared it and I'd seen all the people I coached do so well, I couldn't understand why it wasn't working for me. So when I was introduced to ER Shred, I saw one of Jesse's videos and I was like, he speaks my language.
It's like, hello everyone, I'm Jesse James Jamnick. Beep, 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 beep. I'm like, Jesse, stop swearing.
But it was okay. It was perfect for me. I was like, because they will tell you my favorite thing to say if they say anything is, I'm like, suck it up, Buttercup, deal with it.
That's cool.
So
There's a fate thing. There's a fate thing right there.
When he said it, and he was like, you know, you make the choice. There's no BS. I was like, hey, this dude speaks my language. He's not going to coddle me.
Yeah.
If I could be coddled and just somebody hint something to me, there's a lot of things that would be different in my life. You know, somebody needs to like smack me and say, look, you decide. And Jesse did that day in that video. And I watched that video over and over.
That video will go down forever as an absolute classic. You're damn straight.
Yeah, I mean,
legendary.
Yes. So after that, I was just like, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I told her, I was like, you're going to do it with me. I didn't give her a choice because her allergies are so out of whack.
She never gave me.
She hates the shakes to this day, but she still drinks them. So I started the first 11 days and I could not believe, like on day 3, I was a different person. I could remember my passwords at work. I had more energy. I had her saddle up a horse and be like, when I get home, I'm changing, we're going riding. And when I got off that horse, I could walk. And it didn't hurt for the next 4 days. I actually, in the meantime, I've gotten my own horse. And I always say round on round doesn't do well, but we're getting better. So this was originally about weight loss. I was never heavy and I didn't know how to live my life as a heavy human being. And I was never in pain. And then I was, and I didn't know how to live. Like right. Nothing I knew was working. So when that all started changing and I love meat, so it was perfect. Mm-hmm. I was eating what I enjoyed. I wasn't ever hungry because I am a snacker. I was off the soda. I was off of the spinach and the cabbage, which I thought was good for me.
How are you doing with all that? You're a year into this. How are you doing with all those vices?
Valentine's was hard. I had too much sugar. And I felt it. Christmas wasn't hard. Thanksgiving wasn't hard. I do try to add a vegetable every now and then. But if I eat a leafy green within 30 minutes, my fingers are this big. I am so sweet.
You know what I heard today, just so you don't think you're crazy, and we're not crazy, but I heard today on a podcast that only, I think it's 4% of plants, 4% overall in the world are actually edible. Now we eat a lot more than, and there's a lot we shouldn't eat, but there's some plants you eat, it would put you in the hospital. And like, yet 100% of animals are edible. We have no ill effect from eating animal. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, I don't want to get into a big controversial thing over this because of the politics around it, but you know, I eat spinach. I'm messed up for the day. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, one bite and I'm done. And I grew up more of a carnivore life as a kid. I mean, grandma would say, hey, go check the meat in the oven. You open it and there'd be a goat head in the oven.
Wow.
So
savage.
We never wasted anything, you know. Dad always went hunting. So, you know, we were raised on meat. And I was always lean and strong when I was young. And then as I got older and I started eating processed foods and crap, then that's when it took over my body. Mm-hmm. But I don't, I've been able to skip 2 iron infusions now. I'll find out this Friday if I get to skip a 3rd one. Cool. So that's big. I I ride on the weekends with the kids. I can help them clean corrals again. We do stretches at night.
Yep.
We do.
You go bounce on trampolines, I think is what I saw.
Yeah, that was for his birthday. We went and bounced on a trampoline. Didn't even think twice.
Yep.
But the best part of the trampoline was their mom went, and she was in a really bad car accident 7 years ago. And she almost was dragging her foot. Her foot got smashed with the engine. Okay. And she jumped on the trampoline after her first shred.
Oh my heavens. So she's doing good too. I know you got other people. You had another man. I don't know if that's a relative, but he's got to come on this call at some point. I was begging him to come on. I said, oh, come on, man. One day, let's go.
He's down 2 pounds now.
It's going to get better. And same with your daughter. In essence of time, this is what I'm going to do, because I don't want to end it this way. Jesse, I am going to turn this over to you. I'm going to go coach this soccer game, and Heather hopefully can close this out when we're complete. Gina, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for showing up for this community. I know Jesse's got some questions, because when Jesse has someone that's hitting their year anniversary, I know he's got some really pertinent questions. And then Heather, if you could plug the call one more time for tomorrow night, the Shredder's Way training course, tribal training course, that would be awesome. I'm going to bump full host powers over to Heather, and then I'm going to mute out, and I'm going to turn it over to our nutrition ambassador, Jesse James Jamnick. Love you all. Thank you so much. I'm signing out.
Thanks, brother. I just lost the bet though that you wouldn't leave on time. So thanks, appreciate it. Gina.
Yes, sir.
Holy shit. Congratulations to both of you. Seriously, my daughter's 11, turning 12. And I can only pray and hope that she grasps the bigger concept, right, of what this really is. I heard so much from the both of you, and the biggest thing that really stands out to me is just better daily quality of life. Better daily quality of life. You had said something. You said when you first started, it was weight loss. And then you got so excited and started talking about the no soda and the cravings and the skipping the 2 infusions and the meat and the memory and the energy. I'm so curious, like, what it was weight loss, and now it's what you left me hanging there.
Well, I didn't realize how much healing my body needed to do. So all of my ailments and everything that I was going through, I thought, oh, look at these people. They get on for 10 days and they lose 10 pounds. And then they get on a second 11-day shred and they lose another 10 pounds. And I've only lost 17 pounds in the whole year. But I've gained so much more because my body had to heal a lot. So this year, hopefully we'll start getting some more of those pounds off. But if I still have healing to do, then first things first. And it took me a minute to grasp that concept. But once I did, then the scale didn't rule my life anymore.
Wow. That's so powerful.
I didn't realize how bad I felt until I felt good. Does that make sense?
Total. Perfect sense. Yeah. I mean, you literally, you started, I think so many people start with weight loss, right? Because it's this thing that's just pounded into our brain, right? It's pounded into our brain. And my only hope and prayer is that everybody understands that one day, you just beautifully explained for everybody, the byproduct of being healthy is the human body will perform and look the way that it was designed to perform and look, and you're realizing that everything that you've brought into life with the activity, the happiness, I mean, that all controls cortisol, that all controls stress, that all controls everything, in the realm of health coaching, Gina, it's not just nutrition. Nutrition, yes, is so powerful, right? It's the foundation, like I always say, but what you guys are sharing with everybody, for me is like tingling. It's tingling because to hear you guys talk about all this and again, raw strength, you know, we hear it again. You talk about slinging 250-pound bags. Like, I know grown men who can't do that. Like I'd pull out my wallet and bet on that. Like I can guarantee that, right? Like, you know, and quality of life and cleaning horse stalls, like that might not sound like much, but that's what brings you peace, right? Like I hear peace from you, and I hear all these things that are bringing you such joy, and it's so much joy. It brought you to emotion and crying, not sad but happy. And I really hope people grasp the thing. Like the weight is just, it will. You're so right. Like, you know, yeah, I have a lot to talk to you about, honestly, but just my functional brain is going nuts because it's so interesting to me how you started one way of life living, you know, with what you described, how you grew up, and yeah, processed foods and stuff to that nature. But to me, I'm like, it's crazy to see that flip inside, and then to see again the raw power of food and how powerful that is coming back to heal again, keeping things simple, and it's just so cool. So I'll leave it at that just to keep things simple. Thank you guys so much for coming on and sharing. Again, I really hope people go back and listen to really everybody tonight, because the whole bigger picture that I heard through for everybody is just every part of life got better. Like all different aspects of life got better when you decided to say yes to you. When you decided to finally acknowledge that food's the most powerful legal drug, and when you just serve yourself properly, magical things start to happen. So cool. All right, Heather, I'm done.
All right, friends, thank you for kicking it off to me. So I want to second what Jesse said, how much we appreciate all of you that have come on to share tonight, the kids that shared their part as well. It really heals my heart as a teacher to see the youth coming and being empowered. So I really appreciate that. I want to encourage all of you that are looking to share the shred forward. We will be sharing the Zoom call in Shredders Unite, but I strongly encourage you come into our Zoom. I have spoken with Lenny. There is some interactive pieces to tomorrow night's training call. As soon as we get off of this call, I'm going to pin it in the announcement. So if you need to find that Zoom link for tomorrow night, go to the Shredders United business page, the ER Shred community. If you need that, it's www.shreddersunite.com, or ask us to add you to that group. We will be happy to do so to help you get there. This 6 weeks course is going to just kick us off. So I hope to see you guys all there tomorrow night. If you want to unmute and say thank you to the amazing Shred Warriors that shared tonight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Great call, everybody.